Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I have 3 replays for you in the tier 10 British heavy tank, tech tree heavy tank, the Chieftain Mk. So before I get into the replays, we'll just show the equipment I run on this tank. So I've got vents, I was running traction system and gun rammer on this, but I would actually replace the traction system with the advanced powertrain perk. I've got Born Leader, Rapid Reload, 6th Sense, Steady Aim, Situational Awareness, Track Mechanic, Clutch Braking, Off-Road Driving, and the, I'm going to say Advanced, no it's not Advanced, Safe Stowage, that's the one. See, I do know my perks. So yeah, just going back to the equipment, running the Advanced Powertrain over the traction system, I just felt that how many advanced powertrain is probably going to be better because I need to sort of actually have a look at the updates that came out recently on this tank, because if I'm honest, I feel like the engine power is slightly less, or it feels a bit slower than what it used to, because let's say this is an old replay that we've got coming up here, you know, from probably about a year ago, but yeah, this is pre-update where we were running sort of the quicker reload, the less alpha, which I think was 390 or 400. Don't quote me on that, but it was around about that alpha before they racked it up to 440, which it is now. So yeah, advanced powertrain, I think, just to up the power to weight ratio slightly. And you know, just increase the top forward and top reverse speed. That's what I would run in this instead of the traction system, because you know, on the perks I've got clutch braking, I've got off-road driving, which improves traction system. So you know, not that you really need to. This tank has good mobility, I think, and you know, the traverse speeds aren't too bad. In fact, they're pretty good. You know, pre-alpha sort of buff, it definitely was. This thing, you know, you can see it spins on a sixpence. But the reason I put those in is because the gun is absolutely fantastic. The selling point of the Chief is actually its gun. I think it's ridiculously good. So you've got 440 alpha on the gun post buff. You've got 270 and 326 penetration on your APDS rounds. They're both standard and premium rounds are AP. They're both APDS rounds. Just to make things slightly confusing, but yeah, 270 pen on the standard, 326 on your premium, and you've actually got 140 millimeters of penetration on your HESH rounds, and your HESH rounds can actually do around 550, I believe. Again, don't quote me on that. I didn't actually write the alpha down for the HESH rounds. That's pretty amateur, but yeah, I think we're looking at around about maybe 500 actually, not 550. 550 is probably an exaggeration, but it's a lot of damage, basically, put it like that. And with 140 millimeters of penetration, it does actually mean, you know, you're gonna penetrate a fair old amount with that. You know, particularly sort of lightly armored tanks, they're lower plates, you're probably going to pen through that with 140. So it's worth keeping quite a few HESH rounds in reserve, which is exactly what I've done here. You know, I've got sort of a fairly even split between the APDS and the HESH rounds. You have actually got really good shell velocity on your APDS rounds as well, both of them sort of averaging around 1300 meters per second. You got a 9-second reload time base, which you can get that down with obviously what I have with vents and obviously the gun ram and stuff like that. 1.5 second aim time, which is ridiculously good. 0.32 accuracy. You got 10 degrees of gun depression, so you can play those ridge lines, which is essentially what I'm doing here. You got strong turret armor, so this is, you know, this is the ultimate hold down tank. This is where it is really going to show its strengths by just getting that hold down, and you know, just keeping the turret exposed, and you'll bounce off it. You've got 400 meters view range, which is good, and a 10% fire chance. So yeah, this thing's just not going to catch fire as much In fact, I've got a funny feeling that may have been one of the changes in the updates. However, again, don't quote me on that because I've not fully researched if that is the case. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was. Most British tanks are around about 20% mark, and I know they buffed the the FE215B to 10% from 20%, so it doesn't catch fire as much. And I think the Chieftain might be the same. But yeah, if anybody knows different, by all means let me know in the comments. That'd be great to know. Bad points on the Chieftain, there's not really many, but you know, you've got weak hull armor, which to be expected if you've got strong turret armor. So yeah, that hull is squishy as hell. Keep it hull down. Try not to get, you know, just try not to expose your hull too much. You've got a fragile ammo rack, which is one of the reasons why I packed the safe stowage to try and combat that. And you've got poor power to weight. It's about 13 hit points per ton. 13 hit points? 13 horsepower, sorry, per ton. And you've also got slow shell velocity on your Hesh rounds, about 600 meters per second roughly for your Hesh rounds. So you have to lead the Hesh shots really, you know, you have to lead them well in advance, otherwise they won't hit. And you've got 15 kilometers an hour reverse speed. So again, bear that in mind if you're sort of if you need to back up quickly, might be a struggle. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the good and bad points of the Chieftain, which, you know, hopefully we've sort of kind of shown in this first video. Let's say it was an old replay, I thought I'd throw it in there, but yeah, we've come second place with 1 kill, 5.3k damage, quite a mediocre game to be honest. We picked up 2.5k assist as well, blocked 640. We picked up the first class there. I just wanted to throw that video in just as just a base for me to waffle on over the stats and everything like that. But yeah, you can see how the Chieftain kind of works, and that was Chieftain pre-buff as well, so it kind of gives you an idea what it was like before the alpha change. So the second replay, we are on Lakeville, and there's 2 artillery in the game. Now usually on Lakeville I don't tend to play the one line. I will play the one line with hold down tanks, obviously. However, I say that with hesitancy because when you got 2 artillery in the game, the one line is such a choke point, and it's such a good, you know, if you're an artillery player, usually going to be sitting in A1, A2 behind that, you know, that little bit of ridge, give you protection. But this is an arty's dream basically, and when you see 2 of them, you know, oh god, you know, it's going to be horrible, it's going to be painful because you got to play hold down, but you know, Arty doesn't care about hold down tanks. Hold down or not hold down, Arty will shoot you all the same because you are stuck in one place. You are easy pickings. So this is the problem with hold down tanks. Yeah, you got the perfect position, but then you're going to get hit by artillery. But luckily our Arty warning light isn't going off, and we're able to play hold down, and that's exactly what we're going to do. But we noticed an enemy Valor has come over and is also playing hold down. We're getting some shots into that T-54, it's running away, but then the M48 or the pattern at the back there is able to get shots into us. Unfortunately, we've already had some hit points taken off us, which is not ideal. Now the Valor, it seems to be, yeah, he's trying to play hold down, he's doing a good job, but he's just gave me a little bit too much of his lower plate as he's trying to go for that VK, which if I was him, I would be the better option, if I'm honest, rather than trying to fight that VK. But either way, that's what he's trying to do. Now he's on 126 hit points. We've loaded the Hesh because reason being, with that small amount of hit points and a hold down tank, I'm not going to be able to penetrate him with the APDS. So the Hesh, if I just splash the turret, I get rid of him. And there we go. It kind of proves another good point of loading plenty of Hesh rounds is when you get to tanks like that or one shots but are playing hold down, just throw the Hesh at them. You'll whittle the numbers down. So we got rid of the Valor and we've pretty much opened the one line. The one line is open for business. We're going to get shots into artillery because if we can get rid of artillery as quickly as possible, that makes playing hold down fun, and we like that. So yeah, we can get rid of artillery. That is a bonus in our book. We're pushing the one line, but we've got some tanks here that are defending the base. Then we see the second artillery, so we're going to slap a shot in. We've gone for the Hesh rounds because why not? But then artillery just is a bit of a letdown and doesn't expose himself, and yeah, it's a waste of loading a Hesh round. So you're going to dump the Hesh round into the side of the Conqueror, and yeah, we're not going to do any damage to that Conqueror because yeah, the Hesh just got absorbed in the tracks and spaced armor and what have you. Didn't really do anything. So we've gone back to the standard or the premium APDS rounds. We slap a shot into the pattern there. I'd like to come and get another shot in. Unfortunately, we take a shot from something at the back. It's a bit of a rookie error, that, me poking round, and you know, probably could have got absolutely punished on that a little bit more. We get a shot into the grill, but unfortunately just hits his track, and he's able to sort of carry on with his little jolly there. But we do get a shot in, and he does take a bit more damage. It'd be nice to get another shot in. We do just get him as he leaves there. We possibly put him down to a one shot. Now I'm going to make a bit of a risky play and try and see if I can take out this pattern, but it seems to me like the VK was intent on doing that, but didn't really do it. He's getting shot from the back there, which says to me, nah, this is a risky play. This is not worth the risk to try and take out a one-shot tank when there's so many tanks covering. It's kind of suicide, to be honest. I don't have the hit points to play with. Even if I was full health, no, it's just not the right play, and you can see that, you know, poor VK gets absolutely slaughtered, and that wasn't the right play, to be honest. We should have just kept back and just held the position. I could have possibly gone on the left. So yeah, this is a bit of a... We've come to a bit of a stalemate, to be honest. It's an even game, but we don't really have the map control. We've kind of lost the map control, to be honest. We're in a very defensive shape now, and I'm just kind of hoping that, you know, our team can start to maybe take a bit of map control back. We have got a bat chat, and I'm kind of needing him to extend his vision and give us something, you know, or, you know, the medium tank to our left is a one shot, so not really anything you can do. He's also a Soviet, so yeah, view range on that part is not going to be great. I'm poking there just to try and see if I can perhaps extend my vision, because I've got 400 meters of view range, which isn't bad. That object 140 manages to take out our waffle and also gets away without being punished. But then the bat chat decides to go YOLOing in and puts a shot into us, but he's going after our one shot 140, which is a smart move. I'm gonna go and try and see if I can help our object 140, because I'd like to get shots into this bat chat, mainly because this bat chat is going to be a pain in the backside if he manages to get away for free. And he does take out our object 140. We do slap a shot in there. We put him down to a one shot. We did put a shot into his track, and then artillery takes him out, which is great. But we did take a shot in return there, which yeah, I would have liked to not have to have taken that shot, but you know, to get rid of the bat chat, it was the right move. But then we get another shot from that object 140 that has pushed up right near us now. He's playing quite aggressive, and I'm kind of isolated here. There's a medium coming down the middle road, but I can't foresee him really surviving that play. Now we do get a shot into that waffle there that is distracted by that tank in the middle, but yeah, the tank in the middle, the FE, has now gone down. We've loaded the Hesh for the waffle, but yeah, sod's law, we always hit the gun, don't we? For 72 damage, that's real power plays right there. And very annoying as well, because, you know, perhaps if we penned the first shot, we could have put him down to a one shot, or, you know, at least got him right down to a one shot for our team. But you know, is what it is. Now the object 140 is rushing in to take us out. The right play by him, to be fair. It's, you know, it's the best play to take out the one-shot tanks. He made the right move. Unfortunately, we had the Hesh loaded, so we couldn't even properly pen him. And yeah, unfortunately, we get taken out. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I won't bore you with the rest of the gameplay. What we'll do is we'll skip ahead to the results screen, and we'll see how we got on. So we did actually pick up the win in the end. The RT come in clutch, and we did come top of the board there with 7.2k, 1 kill, 1600 assists, 2020 blocked, picking up the first class and the high caliber in the process. And yeah, a bit of a close game, to be honest. That could have gone either way, but luckily we did manage to get the win. And yeah, we'll move into the third and final replay. So here we are on Death Valley, which is the latest map to have been released onto console. My take on the map, it's okay, I guess. It's not too, it's a bit too big for, if you know, if you're in sort of slow tanks like that poor guy in the mouse that's just to the left of me. It's probably going to be very, very painful. But luckily for me, the Chieftain isn't no slouch. It's got a bit of mobility about it, so luckily we can make those positions work. It's one of those maps where people just play the fringes, don't really play the centre, unless they're quite stealthy, which is a good play. But for me, I'm not really worked out this map well enough in all the classes to know what the right plays are, and sort of on, you know, first couple of sort of inspections of playing this map and the way people play it, I've sort of opted to go down this side because it seems to be side I'm familiar with, side that seems to see the most action, but it's got plenty of ridges as well. Now there is 2 artillery in the game, so I need to be wary of that because you know, the thing with Death Valley is a very open map, so again, artillery sort of get cream of the crop when it comes to firing from above on various tanks. So we noticed our Technodrome has moved up quite sort of in an advanced position. I won't say aggressive, I don't think he's too aggressive, but he's advanced. Yeah, he's gone to advanced position. He's managed to light up a few tanks. So artillery's gone for him already, so again, I'm sort of worried about that and sort of thinking that's something I need to consider. Now I'd like to get a few shots into this TNH if I can. We do squeeze a shot into the side of his turret, but then I see an Object 268 there and don't really want to get slapped. Artillery does manage to put a shot into it and giving us a little bit of assistance. I was thinking about poking up there, trying to see if we get a shot in, but I think we're probably going to be overexposed and not be able to get the gun down enough to get a shot in. So we just moved along. The 268 has actually moved into the middle, so it's kind of given me a bit of a clear run to try and take out this this TNH, who is kind of a one-shot to us actually, but then artillery just finishes him off for us, so that's not a problem. But then we see this Death Star, and Death Star seems to be distracted by the tanks that are in the middle near to us, so I'm going to squeeze a shot in, but then he aims his gun at us. Luckily, pulls the trigger and his derpy gun just hits our track. We don't actually manage to get damage there, which is a real stroke of luck. When we do pick up our first kill there, up to 1300 damage, the scores are quite even, and not much of the enemy team has really been revealed, so I'm kind of feeling like they are going to be based up at the back. I think they're going to be playing quite campy, because that's the thing with Death Valley, is if the majority of the team hasn't gone round to the flanks, like this flank or the other flank down in the corner of J8, J9, that sort of area, then 9 times out of 10 they are going to be camping. Now we do actually spot a Centauro there that is sat up on that ridge. Unfortunately, he gets a shot into us, which is pretty annoying, and we're not able to return a shot either, so we couldn't really do a proper trade there just because we're on the move. The gun is slightly derpy on the move, so yeah, it's not going to hit. But we are going to push up to try and get to this ridge to play hold down. I was expecting to see the Centauro, but it looks like Centauro has actually ran off. So I'm going to give chase. I've got the I think it's the Technodrome that's still with me. I've got a tank destroyer behind me and a heavy tank anyway, so I've got a little bit of support, so I'm feeling confident that I can push in, and I've got, you know, the support of my friendly teammates. Now I do get spotted there and I don't spot the tank in return, so I'm wondering if that Centauro is in a position where he's able to outspot me. I'm hoping the Technodrome can move forward and spot up. This Technodrome does actually have really good camo and view range, so it should be able to outspot anything that's ahead there that's outspotting me. But nothing really seems to be spotted. And then we see the Centaur again. We do try and squeeze a snapshot in, but it doesn't connect. We are being targeted, so I'm getting back, hold down. Do manage to punch a shot into the Centaur though, picking up a little bit more damage. And I think the Technodrome manages to get a shot into that Centaur as well. And it looks like he's running. So I'm going to try and cross over. Now, there is an Avery to the left of us, which I do need to be cautious of. And I think that Avery, I didn't think he was going to be in a position where he could poke. He does, and he snaps a shot into us, which takes a bit of damage off, but it doesn't fully pen. So we're quite lucky in that instance. We don't lose all our health. We did manage to get a shot in return, so it wasn't quite all lost on that trade. It wasn't even a trade. I was just sort of crossing to get in more advanced position. It'd be good if our Technodrome could actually push up, because a bit frustrating really that the Technodrome's kind of sat a little bit sort of back. Now, tried getting a shot off, unfortunately we sort of screwed that shot up. We do get another shot into that Avery. I probably should back off here. This is a bit of a faux pas. I'm trying to I'm fixated on trying to take out that Avery. But I'm in a position where I'm not really hold down, and I kind of just lost I've lost hit points needlessly, basically. We do get a shot into the side of that Avery there, putting him down to a one shot. I'm trying to see if I can perhaps squeeze another shot in, and unfortunately we just don't really track it. Well, we just track him, we don't hit him. Gone for the Hesh rounds now because, again, he's 44 hit points. If you can squeeze that Hesh shot in and just splash him, then you know you're going to take him out. So rather than trying to waste rounds and aim for the cupola and potentially bounce, because the average turret seems to be quite strong, I just figured just get the Hesh onto him and take him out that way, and it was the right call, I think. Then we're going to make an advanced play again, just keep pushing. We're on 497 hit points, which isn't great. We need to bear that in mind, that we can't really afford to take much more damage. And we just spied artillery up on the right there, and we slap a shot in of Hesh for 469, which I think is a little bit of a low roll on the Hesh. We try firing again, but the artillery is moving. We didn't really lead that shot. That's what I'm saying. You need to lead the Hesh shells here. You see how much they float in. We did hit over 100 on the T92 there. Try and hit the M53-55, but unfortunately it just hits his gun. Get aim the shot proper there. We do slap the M53-55, putting him down to a one shot. Gonna aim for the T92 because he's got the most hit points. Put him down to a one shot now. See if we can squeeze a shot in for the kill, but again it hits the gun miraculously and doesn't quite take him out. But there we go, we do manage to get that final Hesh shell taking out the T92. So we don't have to worry about artillery anymore. We're on to 3 kills. 6k damage, and just going to sort of scope our next target now. Artillery did manage to splash us, putting us down to a definite one shot now. I didn't really care, to be honest, just kind of wanted to get the shots off, but yeah, perhaps maybe on reflection I could have played a little bit safer, and then I wouldn't have had to have been so hesitant. But in all fairness, I just felt like I'm still kind of going for it, even though I'm on 153 hit points. I should probably be playing way more passive, but yeah, I just wanted damage. Just wanted to push the pace of the game. I like being aggressive, and I was just feeling in an aggressive mood. So me and the Waffle are going to double up on this AMX-30B. I'm trying to be cautious and trying not to take a shot in return. We do squeeze the shot in, taking out the 30B for our 4th kill there. And now it's a case of trying to find the remaining 4 tanks and see if we can get any more damage. Again, I was kind of hoping that our Technodrome would sort of move forwards, but it seems to be just sort of sitting in the corner of K9 there. Now I was potentially going to sort of just carry on forward here, but then I see the Leopard moving over to the right, and we kind of figure, well, the Leopard appears to be playing quite advanced, so the Leopard is gonna basically be our eyes. So if I can get in a position where I can kind of help the leopard out, I'd rather do that than push into an isolated position with no health at all. Just wouldn't be the right play. So stick with the team. Use the leopard as our eyes. We've also got a full health E5 there, which really helps. So again, if I can support the E5, I am going to play a bit more passive now. We've got 2 tanks that are in the base. So we kind of need to get a reset. So we're down to a minute now. I'm sure we probably will be able to, but we don't want to run the risk of being capped out. Now, we don't know what's on the base either, so again, that's something else to be a little bit cautious of. Our leopard seems to be moving in now, which is good, because hopefully the leopard can start spotting, and we're just going to sort of wait and see what our friendly tanks light up. So CD5 gets spotted there now, which is just not in our view range there to be able to get shots off. He's kind of sort of sat behind that rock. We've got 30 seconds on the clock now, so things need to happen. Luckily, our E5 gets on the base, which counters the clock, stops the clock there, as it does in encounter. As soon as you put a tank in the base, it just stops it dead, which is good because it means we can get in and hopefully get some resets. Now, there is a Jaeger in the cap, which is a very dangerous tank. So I'm a one shot to either one of these tanks, but the E5 does get taken out by our friendly E5, and I'm going to move in. I think the Jaeger is going to be distracted by that tank destroyer, so I might be able to get a shot in there. His gun is facing this way, but we can squeeze a shot in, and then he gets taken out by our friendly Waffle, which just leaves the Technodrome, which has taken out our artillery by the looks of it, and this Andre the Giant. So I'm going to move in again, just thinking about sort of getting to that ridge if I can. I think the Andre is going to be distracted by our friendly E5. We try squeezing a shot into the lower plate, but it doesn't quite work. I've opted to go for the Hesh because I was thinking I was going to try and play hole down and just Hesh him to death, basically. But we'll see the flaws of that in a minute, because Andre the Giant, this I think has got spaced armor on the turret potentially. And you can see I'm just kind of bouncing there, not penning, and I think that is just spaced armor. That is, yeah, what I should have done is just kept the APDS straight away. Now he does get taken out by our friendly Technodrome that manages to flank and get behind him. All that's left is the last Technodrome. Now we're nearly capped out, and I'm not one for capping usually, but in this instance I kind of figured, well, Technodrome is a strong tank. This is a big open map. We've got 2 heavies, a Waffle, and a friendly Technodrome. The enemy Technodrome could pull it back. And I don't know how many hit points on. If he's on full hit points, if we all got out of the base and started hunting him, Technodrome is going to have the advantage. So, yeah, although I'm not one for capping, in this instance, I kind of felt like there was a need for it. Just based on the enemy. If it was a heavy or anything like that, I may well have gone chasing, but yeah, Technodrome, just it's too dangerous a tank to go chasing around. But we cap out anyway, we get the victory, and we do pick up 4 kills, 6.8k damage with 200 assists, and we actually pick up the ace tanker. I thought that was quite a low damage game for an ace tanker, to be honest, especially as we picked up a hell of a lot more damage in the last game on Lakeville, but guess the kills count for it. But yeah, that is the Chieftain Mk anyway. A fantastic tech tree tank at tier 10, definitely in the meta, and if you haven't got it, I would definitely recommend doing that grind, because it is one hell of a tank. Anyway guys, that is it for the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and as always, I'll catch you next time.
Uh-oh.